We're just moments away from President Trump's remark at the border in Arizona. The president taking his first 2020 trip to the U.S.-Mexico border. This to celebrate the completion of 200 miles of his administration's new wall system. I want to bring in Florida Republican congressional candidate Anna Paulina Luna. Anna, thanks for joining us. Your thoughts on the wall? I mean, it's up. It's there.
It absolutely needs to continue to being built. I cannot tell you how many times I've been down there, and I've heard directly from people who work at the border, work in counter trafficking, work in counter drug running, and frankly, it's a huge problem. It affects Americans here. It affects people on the other side of the border. We need that wall built.
You know, it's interesting. We had this big crisis of all of these folks coming up from Central America, even parts of Mexico, and overwhelming the system. President Trump, you know, he got tough. He added additional security down there, of course, and they started to expedite the border wall, and that's gone away. And I don't know why people don't understand that that is a humanitarian issue. When you have women traveling thousands of miles by themselves, often with children, with no security, because it's so enticing. Maybe it's smart to mitigate or to eliminate that, and so that maybe there are other ways to find ways of helping.
I'll tell you one thing, Charles. Up until 2016, the DNC did want border security, and then they realized in 2020 the largest voting minority are Hispanic Americans. This is a playbook of the DNC. They want to manipulate Americans. They want to manipulate Hispanic Americans in particular to think that if you want border security, that you are, quote unquote, a racist. That's the farthest thing from the truth. Right now, you have an alarming amount of people, to include more people currently in slavery, whether it's through labor trafficking or the child sex slave trade in the United States, more than ever in our history of the United States. So the fact that the administration is focusing on this, the fact that the administration wants to make this a focal point to secure our nation, that's what we need to be focusing on. You cannot say that you're woke, you cannot say that you're humanitarian and not want border security.
So what's the deal then? I mean, you know, we just had the Supreme Court DACA ruling, you know, which to me should be an excuse to fix this once and for all. The Dems should come to the table with President Trump. You've got this situation where, you know, people traveling alone, they're vulnerable. It's, you know, there are other elegant solutions to all of this. Is it just that it's better for it to be a political issue rather than solving it once and for all?
I think for the Democrat Party, if they were to lose the Hispanic American vote in addition to the Black American vote, they would straight up implode. And so what we're seeing now is that you are seeing a struggle through propaganda of people saying that, you know, it was the Trump administration that had the cages that were built. That's the farthest thing from the truth. That was done during the Obama administration. You can look at the history of what's been happening. And right now, if you really want to fix the system, if you want to get it solved, frankly, it'll be a talking point and political power loss for the DNC. So it's been my sole objective to use my platform to really not only fight for the people of the United States of America, but to ensure that this problem's solved and that we can focus on problems here and helping the American people.
And let me shift for a moment, because you're talking about your platform, you're running for Congress, this cancel culture that we're seeing, particularly with young folks. President Trump's going to be at the Turning Point event tomorrow. You used to be involved with them. Where are we? What's up with the millennials? Are they all into this as much as the media suggests, or is this a small fraction of them?
I believe it's a small fraction. If you look at what's happening, even how the leftist-controlled media is working with Hollywood and big tech to really stifle the voices of young conservatives, you can see that organizations like Turning Point have really been able to spotlight these issues, right? You have so many people that don't agree with, for example, tearing down statues like Andrew Jackson, who realize that the history of the United States is not only sacred but essential in providing the foundation and really guiding our future as a nation. So it's not possible to just simply erase history or to believe that it didn't happen, but it's our job to protect it and really provide as surrogates for future generations.
Anna, thank you very much. We'll see you real soon.